Greetings, horror enthusiast. Many people keep a diary, writing down their life stories, their troubles and their hurts, as well as their secrets. But how would you feel if someone read your life story? Our story is called The Geologist.
October 9th, 1811. I have to move again today. I work as a geologist, and for probably 6 months now, I have been engaged in geological exploration. Although it may have been longer. I lost track of time. It started going too fast. I will have to go alone, even though we work as a large team. The rest will arrive within a month, and until then, I have to select a place for a field camp, decide where we will take samples, and look at the condition of roads and the infrastructure of the area. Apparently we are going to some kind of wilderness. I was kindly provided with a house somewhere in the forest. I hope there are no aggressive animals there. I took a generator with me and food for about a month. I hope I took enough. I don't want to travel around godforsaken villages in search of a store. I also have warm clothes and a small supply of gasoline. I hope the rain doesn't start soon, although the weather is getting colder every day. The sky has become quite leaden. I don't remember if I took a raincoat. I took my diary, so I will write about how I pass the time. It's probably not necessary, most likely it will help me not to go crazy alone. I am very social and loneliness depresses me. Well, it's time to hit the road. October 10th. It's 14:40 on the clock. I slept for, like, 8 hours. I love sleeping in the car. My whole body hurts, as if I was beaten during sleep. I'm already far out of town, my phone is dead, and I still have about a day to go. Well, at least I took the map. October 11th. I finally got there. What a hole. What kind of infrastructure? A few houses leaning from time to time, which open their windows in anticipation of the inevitable death, under a layer of dirt and rot. Once there was a village here, according to the park ranger. It was he who turned out to be my guide to that fabulous house in the forest. Surely my dwelling would look even worse than these remnants of the former settlement. I arrived at my new home late in the evening. It was getting dark outside in the autumn, rapidly. It gets dark faster in the forest. To my surprise, there were not many shrubs around the house and it seemed to be well preserved. It looks like a very ordinary log house, more like a cottage from fairy tales. It's not fabulous inside at all. It's cold and damp. But I found a stove. It would be strange to not notice such a huge structure almost in the very center of the house. Visually, it doesn't seem to be damaged. Tomorrow I will take care of the firewood and check its operability. I'm going to sleep in the car tonight, even though there is a bed in the house with some kind of mattress, but it's definitely soaked from the amount of dampness here. 3:50. It's almost 4 o'clock in the morning. I woke up from a terrible roar. I turned off the engine and extinguished everything, even the most insignificant light sources. My eyes slowly adjusted to the darkness, but I did not notice anything, except for the front door to my hut, which is wide open. I'm sure there's someone here. The park ranger was on some kind of motorcycle of Soviet origin. The sound of it would have woken me up from a few kilometers away. Still, I don't risk getting out of the car. There is a huge chance that this is a wild beast and very strong, judging by the sound. Okay, I need to try to fall asleep. There will be a lot of work in the morning. October 12th. After what happened at night, it was scary to go into the house. And here I am, inside. It's strange, but I didn't notice anything unusual. There are not even traces of animals, much less a man. Probably the wind. I tried to make a fire in the oven and to my surprise, it didn't even smoke. I cleaned the house a little. I took everything to the attic. It was certainly difficult without a ladder, but I built one from nearby trees. When I was taking the mattress, I noticed the notebook on the way back from the attic. To be honest, it interested me. I don't know why, maybe because it sticks out here. It lays in the corner, it is not clear where it came from. The most ordinary school notebook, 18 pages long, probably a little dirty, and well painted. Faces, some kind of flowers and incomprehensible inscriptions, in huge and careless handwriting. Probably written by a child. I took it with me. I'll sit and leaf through it. October 13th. Someone was running around the attic all night. The roar was as if an entire army had passed there. An army of 1,000,000 little soldiers. Yes. They are small because the steps were frequent and fast. Probably rats or squirrels. I was leafing through the notebook. It seems I'm not the only one keeping a diary. I've only read a couple of pages. The notebook belonged to a girl. She lived here with her mother. I don't know what exactly brought them here, but it seems the girl didn't have a father. She wrote that he was an astronaut. Her mother said so. He's on top, flying among the stars and constantly watching to make sure his daughter doesn't do anything wrong. Then the girl writes that he came to them, but for some reason, he hides in the attic, sometimes making noise and stomping. The girl's mother is worried, so the girl does not tell her that her father is nearby. But her mother doesn't sleep well. Yeah, well, they're stories. But these are only the first pages. I don't know what kind of space dad is there, but the rats have been in the attic for a long time, it seems. It will be necessary to visit the neighbors sometime, treat them with some kind of poison. I'm going to sleep in the house tonight. As I understand it, the door closes from the inside with a huge stick that needs to be threaded into the brackets, sticking out on the sides of the door. It looks more like an ancient bolt on a castle gate. Well, the main thing is to close the door. I don't want it to open like yesterday. 10 p.m. Everything is ready. I've had a great day and I'm ready to go to bed. It just started raining an hour ago. It seemed to me that the trees were far from home, but now they are hitting the roof. I will try not to pay attention to them. The house is warm. I close the door. I brought a sleeping bag with me and I will sleep in it. I'll probably drink tea in the bed. I won't waste the batteries in the flashlight. Night. I do not know what time it is now. Someone is walking in the attic again. But now it's more like a person. A few minutes ago, something fell with a crash. It was this sound that woke me up. I don't know where exactly it came from. Somewhere nearby, it seems. I'd love to check, but I'm so scared I can barely write. I'm not alone here. This is crazy, but someone is not happy with my presence. Oh my God. The door. It started shaking with such force, as if it was about to be kicked in. From whom did I close it? Who came yesterday? The sounds went away as suddenly as they had begun. I can't get up, my legs won't obey me. It seems like someone is looking out the window. I can't see him because of the flashlight, but he now clearly sees me. Park ranger? It must be him. What a stupid joke. I'll leave tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. As soon as it gets a little lighter. October 14th. With the first signs of morning, I ran out into the street with an axe and the first thing I saw was a car. It didn't have tires. I can't leave. But to walk? No, it's too long. It will probably take a few days. But I have a plan. Late evening. I'm in the attic. The door doesn't close very well, but there are a lot of cracks and I can see everything that happens around the house. I have candles on the windows, and a car in front of the entrance. I started it up and turned on the headlights. There is enough light to write. I do not know how long. I think I fell asleep. I do not know how long I slept. The candles are still burning. I lit them about 3 hours ago, so I didn't sleep that long. There's someone behind the car. It seems to be a man. He moves a little strangely, then freezes, then begins to swing around. I hope he's not crazy. Come on, man, twist the wheel and get out of here. So, he's coming. I'm crying. But I try to do it without sound. What kind of shit is going on here? What is it? What I took for a person turned out to be something else. It looks more like a cruel joke of nature. Such a thing simply cannot exist. He is thin and pale, with eyes that have no pupils, and a face that has no eyelids. He's right down there. I hear him tearing something to pieces, probably a sleeping bag. He runs all over the house, scratches the walls. But now everything is quiet. Even very quietly, I see him slowly approaching the car. It seems he has a notebook in his hand. Yes, the girl's notebook. Oh no, it seems he wants to return to the attic. He's looking at me. He started yelling some sounds, more like bird cries. I made a mistake. After all, in the attic, the door does not close.
Note, this text was found by a park ranger near the house where the geologist was supposed to be. The police are offering a reward for any information about the missing man. If you have any information, please call the number listed.
My advice is simple. Do not read other people's life stories. If you don't know what secrets they hold, scary dreams. And see you all soon.